Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-September 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Leo. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for the month of September. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message for our future self or spirit guides. So something to carry into the month of September with you. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. But again, column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. Start with the summary affirmation card here for you. We have the card Fortitude. So Fortitude's all about overcoming those obstacles. There was a challenge. There was a barrier. There was a roadblock, Leo, and this was about your ability to overcome that roadblock or that challenge. So love to see that kind of overcoming energy right off the bat. Let's take a look though and see what other messages we've got. The first card we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. This is being able to create whatever reality you would like it to be. This is also a fertility card and a good parenting card. So some of you could have really had a parenting moment or found out that your family is growing as well. But again, this is the ability to create your reality, the ability to overcome here. No matter what comes your way, the challenge, the obstacle, again, you have that ability to overcome. The next card we have is the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is a card of giving or receiving help. This is a card of being very generous as well. It's interesting here. I feel like you could have gotten a little bit of unexpected help as well to overcome whatever this obstacle is. So I do see you being on this receiving end. I'm trying to see who this was that helped, and I can't really get that clear of a message there, Leo, but it does look like you got some help to overcome whatever this is being presented with Fortitude. And at the bottom here, we have the 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. It's the thing that we want in the long run. So with the 4 of Pentacles here, this was about getting to the thing that you want. Even with this challenge, you were focused on creating the reality that you want, moving closer to this. So all in all, I feel like we overcame whatever this obstacle was. Let's take a look at our clarifiers now, though. First up, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a card of being very supportive, being very tolerant, being very empathetic. I always tell people it's like being able to roll with the punches, roll with the curves, kind of ride the waves. So again, this didn't really like stop you or sway you, just kind of kept going through it. Again, we're creating that reality that we wanted. So we just overcame whatever obstacle that was there. So again, that King of Cups, very tolerant, that's coming through as you. The next card that we have is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This is typically baby, relationship, proposal, marriage. Again, baby has come up a couple times for you, so definitely for some of you, your family is growing here, Leo. But with the Ace of Cups, this is also, it could be a relationship. I feel like a relationship could be expanding or growing because they were able to lean in and provide the help when you potentially needed that help. So that's really neat to see. Or it could be a new beginning for a relationship. At the bottom here, we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of gains. It's financial gain, it's luxury, it's pleasures, those things that we enjoy. Again, we're locked in on getting to this long game, this desire, this thing that we want. We want the gains, the enjoyment, the happiness, whatever it may be. So this obstacle, although there was an obstacle, it surely was not holding you back, Leo. Okay, taking a look at our next column now, we're going to take a look at just general what's coming for the month of September. We have the card Repetition as our summary affirmation card. And this has two different meanings, two completely opposite meanings. So let's see what shapes up for you here. But one of them is repetition. This is building a new habit, getting into a new habit. So potentially for some of you, you need this repetition. You need this new structure, this new habit. For other of you, this is breaking the pattern. This is breaking the repetition. Some of you, this might be too mundane or not giving us what you need it to be giving us. So we'll see what it is, but one or the other, of course, opposite meanings. It's interesting, some tarot cards like that, where they just have very wildly opposite meanings. But taking a look here, first up we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good luck. It's a card of good fortune. Again, it is a turning point. So this is getting into this habit, getting into this pattern, getting into this repetition, or it's breaking this repetition. So the turning point, either for or against this repetition. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of expansion. It's a card of growth. Again, this is holding us back by not having this habit, or it's holding us back by not breaking this habit. So could be opposite there. But again, we're at this turning point. We're at this point of change. We're at this point where there could be expansion. There seems to be money coming in here too. There's a commerce card oftentimes with the Three of Wands. But I like this. We're at this turning point of growth and expansion. At the bottom here we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a very nostalgic card. It can be a card of reflection. And I think that's what needs to happen here. Again, are you lacking the habit, or do you have the habit that you need to break here? There needs to be a little bit of reflection. How are we holding ourselves back? How do we remedy this? Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. It's new project, new creative idea. I'm hearing new you. So again, we're really at this turning point. There's a lot of good luck and a lot of good fortune coming in. But the Wheel of Fortune saying we're at this turning point, and then the Page of Wands is our new action that we're taking forward. The next card that we have is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of being very reliable, putting in the hard work. We know what we need to do. There is action that needs to happen to get us to this point of the growth and expansion, and potentially the commerce that we're seeing with the Three of Wands. At the bottom here we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient. Again, you need to make this adjustment for yourself. You need to reflect. You need to have a little bit of introspective and figure out, again, are you breaking the repetition, or are you creating the repetition as part of this change with the wheel? Now let's take a look at our next column here, Leo, which is anything related to money. So a quick money message. It says, it is okay to miss money, but imagine how it would feel if money missed you. Do things to attract and seduce money. Like attracts like, make money want to be around you. So in this column, we're talking about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First up, we have the Queen of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, we just talked about this a little bit ago, very self-sufficient. This can be a communication card as well. So I do feel like some communication is going to play an important role in the next few weeks in terms of money or career. What I'm hearing here, Leo, is like somebody's coming to you asking you what you want. So you need to be clear on what you want. And what I mean by that, like, where do you want your career to go? What's your next move? What project do you want to be on? So when that opportunity presents itself, be concise, be clear. So communication. We'll clarify that, of course. The next card that we have is the Nine of Pentacles. Love the Nine of Pentacles coming up again here for you, especially in the money column. Luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. This is kind of cool. You're going to get to do what you want and make more money doing it. So what's not to love about that, Leo? So really like this. It does seem like there is some sort of pay bump coming with the Nine of Pentacles. It's going to be tied to whatever this new project is. But again, be clear and be concise on what project it is that you want to be working on. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a very free-spirited card, but you see both the horse and rider are in action. They're in movement here. So this is you taking on the new thing. This is you speaking up for yourself, saying what project you want. Also, this is like a card of freedom and creativity. So like, you need the project that gives you the freedom. You need the project that gives you the creativity. So when they come asking you, Leo, what work you want to be working on, be thinking about what's giving you freedom and what gives you creativity. Looking at our clarifiers, we have the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. Again, now is the time to create your reality. They're going to come and ask you what you want to work on, Leo, and you need to be clear on it. So, and not only do you need to be clear on it, but then you need to communicate exactly what it is. So this is a huge step where you can create that reality for yourself. The next card we have is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is always favorable for you here, Leo, but it is the decision. Again, you have to be able to communicate and articulate exactly where you want to go. So don't give them the answer you think they want to hear. Give them the answer that you truly want. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Wands. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. This is the new project. This is the new job, the new piece of work here. But again, be clear on what it is that is. Moving on to our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to love. So quick love message here. It says romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Leo. So first up, we have the Hermit. The Hermit's a card of going within for clarity. This is kind of like an isolation and reflection card. It's very much so a you card. I feel like you're kind of withdrawn this month. Oh, excuse me. I got up way too early this morning, Leo. But with Hermit, this is again going within for clarity. This is about making sure that you're doing what feels good to you. But I feel like you're a little withdrawn this month. We're going to clarify that though. The next card that we have is the Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. So you kind of have this wall up around you. But again, I feel like you're very withdrawn this month. You have the Hermit, you're kind of in your shell. You're protected by this wall. We're pretty withdrawn at this point. At the bottom here, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a card of expectation. So we're in an interesting spot with love here, Leo. I think you've set boundaries, which is good. You've kind of built this wall around your heart, which isn't a bad thing. But the wall is maybe a little high. I would never ever tell somebody that their expectations is too high. We're kind of pushing at the point where we're not letting anyone or anything in. And I'm not saying you should, but something we have to kind of keep an eye on. Again, not saying expectations are too high, but the wall is getting a little tall here. Taking a look at our first clarifier, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a very long-term strategic card. It's a card of respect. One of the biggest things that we're seeking is respect. Of course, again, I would never tell you to lower expectations, lower the wall. But one of the things that at your core you know that you need from this relationship, whether it's new or existing, is respect. So hopefully that word resonates with you, but that's the standout word with the Emperor card there. The next card that we have is the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles is a card of kind of give or take. It's giving or receiving. Again, I am not saying tear down the wall, but we do have to let somebody in order to receive that love, right? It's kind of a balancing act. Again, don't wash out all your boundaries and give up on everything you believe in. We kind of have to have this balancing act. You at least have to give somebody a crack to come through. And at the bottom here, we have the Tower card. The Tower card's a card of unwanted change. Again, I think the wall could be getting just a tiny bit too tall. I'm not saying tear it down, but it could have an unwanted effect. You might not have any relationships, but it's because we have not given the opportunity for any relationships to come about, right? So it's that give and take, that balancing act with the Six of Pentacles that needs to be top of mind. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides, something to carry into the month of September with you. We have the card Unity. We're becoming one with something. We're unifying here, it seems. I don't know if this is a relationship with a thought. Again, we're becoming one, though. Becoming one with something. Let's see what messages, though, we have in this final column here for you. So first up, we have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of, this is like feeling unfulfilled. There's a lack of fulfillment. There potentially could be a feeling of apathy here. You see this person sitting with their arms crossed. They're just kind of discontent. So we're feeling a little discontent at this moment. However, it seems like it's going to shift. Our next card here is the Six of Wands. This is victory, award, recognition, good news, success. Like, we need this victory to move us forward from this kind of place of discontentment. Taking a look at our bottom card here, we have the King of Swords. This is very intentional, very strategic. It's funny because I was just going to say, I don't know how we go from this to this, but the answer is with the King of Wands. So there needs to be a plan to get us from this point of discontentment to this point of success. So how do we go from A to B? This is saying there needs to be a plan here, Leo. Let's see what other information I can give you. First up, we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of making plans, so that's very fitting. And this can also be a teamwork card, so you could be branching out, reaching out. Maybe that's where that unity is coming from, leveraging a relationship to help get this plan. But there's some collaboration and some teamwork happening there. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. This is very free-spirited, very creative. The plan might be out of the usual. It might be something far out you would have never thought would work or usually would have given the time of day. So I feel like this plan is unique, to say the least, on how we're going to get there. But just because it's far out doesn't mean that it won't work, right? And at the bottom here we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of healing. Potentially part of the path to success here is some healing. When we see the Three of Swords, it's about removing the sword from our own heart, which we need to do. Again, we need to figure out how to get away from this point of discontentment. Okay, Leo, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the Ace of Clubs, the number 31 card, that's going to be a no. The question number 2, we have the Jack of Diamonds, this is number 14 card, that's going to be a yes. And question number 3, we have the 5 of Clubs, this is number 30 card, that's going to be a yes. So no, yes, yes there for you. We also pulled a card from our Healing Stones deck earlier this month, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of September. This month you have Black Tourmaline, which is good for protection, relaxation, relaxes body, mind, and spirit, which is good. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, the best things in life are free, and it's important to never lose sight of that. So look around wherever you see friendship, loyalty, laughter, and love. There is your treasure. Thank you so much, Leo, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Leo, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your September.